Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Well, this is the last night with Joe and Becky this year. They'll be at East Campus for another great revival night. We look forward to seeing you there. And then this weekend, Friday night, I'm going to begin on a new series on operating in the gifts and power of the Holy Spirit. Saturday and Sunday, it's Love Weekend. I want to teach you about happily ever after. How can you have a marriage that is happy for a lifetime? And it's not just about happy wife, happy life. All right, let's go back to Exodus chapter 30 for our devotional today. Beginning with chapter 33, verse 12. Moses said to the Lord, "You have been telling me, lead these people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. You have said, I know you by name, and you have found favor with me. If you are pleased with me, teach me your ways, so that I may know you and continue to find favor with you. Remember that this nation is your people. My presence," the Lord replied, "will go with you, and I will give you rest." Now that's incredible. The cry of a true leader's heart. What is it that a true leader cries out for? He doesn't cry out for a knowledge of business, though we need to know a little business. A true pastor does not cry out for a knowledge of marketing. A true leader does not cry out for a knowledge of the world. What is the heart cry of a true spiritual leader? Teach me your ways. Later in Psalms it said Moses knew the ways of God, but Israel only knew the acts of God. Israel knew what God did. Moses understood why God did what he did. That's what ways means. Understanding why God does what he does. Teach me your ways. This is the cry of a true spiritual leader. You want to know the ways of God. You want to understand why God does what he does, and why he feels the way he feels, and why he does the things that he does, and even in your life. So I may know you. You're not going to know God but just by knowing what he did. You're only going to know God by him teaching you his ways, and continue to find favor with you. We hear a lot of teaching about favor today, but I want you to notice you find favor in knowing God's ways. You find favor in a heart cry to know the ways of God. And as he teaches you his ways, as he teaches you who he is and what he does and why he does it, not only do you get to know him, but you continue to find favor in his sight. Now, brothers and sisters, let me challenge you today. If you're a pastor listening to me, if you're a Connect Group listener listening to me, if you're an ECS member, a CS member, if you're a person in leadership, if you're a parent, I want to challenge you today. This needs to be the cry of your heart. Not just something that you pray once, but something that consumes your heart. God, I want to know your ways. I want to know your ways, God. We sing the song, Teach Me Your Ways. David cried out that his heart thirsted and cried out after God like a deer after the water. Great leaders are people who had a great heart to know God. Please. Some of you young pastors, you think that by reading books about the Bible that you're going to become a great leader. You think about reading books about leadership, you're going to become a great leader. You need to take all those books and stick them on the shelf and just leave them alone for a season. Get into the Word and say, God, please, I want to know you. I want to know your ways. Then you will know God, and you will continue to find favor with him.